Williams, and welcome to Flash of Fear. It's been a while since we did one of these, so I thought I would drop in with a new recorded story anyway. This is a tale also that appears in my ebook collection, Scars and Candy, and it was written a few years back, but never recorded for this program or audio ever. It's called Wedding Feast, and we will get right to it. Wedding Feast by Sidney Williams. Jill's photograph appeared in the local paper's Sunday edition. She was at a ribbon cutting for her job. Calls started that same evening. "You look beautiful," came the raspy whisper. "Your hair so golden, your eyes. I bet they're blue." "I'm getting married soon," she said. "I'm not interested." "I could change your mind about getting married." "I'm afraid not. The plans have been set for a really long time." She cut off the lewd suggestions. "My fiancé's coming Friday." She hung up before he could further extol her virtues or his desires. A demented secret admirer was just what she needed. She didn't hear from him for a couple of days and didn't think of him because she was concentrating on the checklist of last-minute details. So many things had to be precise. He was a little more insistent on Tuesday night. "Hi, Jill. Harry here. Aren't you married yet?" "Not yet, but the date's coming up." "Want to make sure you're going to get what you want? Come on, try some variety before you make a commitment." She pulled her robe tighter because his voice brought shudders. "I'm saving myself." She placed the phone down, a bit more gently this time. Putting the collar in the back of her mind, she worked on her checklist, making sure her gown would be ready, picking up little things like candles. Harry called again Wednesday. "Saw you on the street, Jill. You're a tall girl, aren't you? I hid in the doorway and just watched you move." So he was picking up on her habits. How much detail was he noticing? She'd have to be more careful. She certainly didn't want him attacking her while she was out and about. You better leave me alone," she warned. "My fiancé wouldn't want you bothering me. When he comes to town, he's not going to want to hear I've been harassed." Undaunted, Harry started to tick off suggestions that would make a porn webmaster blush. She hung up in the middle of an anatomy lesson. This was a situation that had to be handled with delicacy, she decided. Jill hadn't been lying about her fiancé's arrival. She had to get the house ready, all the while tingling with excitement because she had dreamed of a perfect wedding since her childhood, and her mother had promised it would be wonderfully special. Sure, millions of girls got married every year, but they didn't have the extra flourishes she'd have. Her mother was gone, lost in an unfortunate accident, but Jill had learned to handle matters on her own. The calls persisted, and she became more aware that he was stalking her. She saw him ducking into doorways or caught glimpses of his form. When she took a couple of days off from work to prepare for the ceremony, she kept an eye out. Harry always seemed to be lurking somewhere, lingering in shadows. She didn't call the police. They would be pointless, unhelpful. "Perfect," she muttered under her breath. "Just what I needed." He showed up on Friday, as she'd expected. She pulled back the curtains and saw him near the gnarled oak by the driveway. He was half hidden in the twisted shadows, but the full moon's glow was like a silver spotlight. He was leering, hoping for a glimpse. She just hoped her fiancé would arrive before the stalker tried anything. And he did. They were waiting on Harry when he slipped in through the kitchen door. He came tiptoeing into the candlelit living room, brandishing a large, gleaming butcher knife as a persuader. He was a short man in his mid-30s, a disheveled troll with thinning hair and stubble on his face. "Jill, I'm here," he called softly, scanning the shadows for a sign of her, his lips peeling back over yellowed teeth to form a sick smile. That smile quickly faded as his eyes adjusted to the darkness, and he saw that the candles were placed around a 5-pointed star. "You're just in time," Jill said. "Preparations for my wedding night have been underway for years, but before the ceremony there must be a wedding feast for the one to whom I am betrothed." Before Harry could scream, a reptilian claw shot from the shadows and closed around his throat. In a moment, the feast began. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you will visit my website, sidisalive.com, and I hope you will come back here often and check out the playlist for more Flash of Fear.